Hello, welcome back, Transformer TCG fans. I want to try to go over just a few cards as quick as I can. Of course, you know, we went over Oil Slick and Fight Fuel with Fire and CR Chamber last time. We have these are the Stunticons for the most part. Well, they are the Stunticons. And, you know, here's, two official utilities, two utilities that I've created. Maximal Probe, Spiffy little Gizmo. This is going to be an interesting kind of video because I'm liking doing this instead of sitting at my computer. Now, why the Stunticons? Well, for one, Oil Slicks would be great on them because they can only go on cars, trucks, and motorcycles only to be able to get do 2 damage to your attacker when they're defending and you're defending against somebody and you flip, you know, black pip cards. So there's that that we've already gone over before. Playing Chicken would be great for them, which is an orange and green pip card, because you have to have a car or truck or tank in play, and this way you have well, that's right. Off-road is not an original. So we got 2 trucks and 3 cars. So you could play Chicken as long as your opponent has one of those 3 traits on here as well, to be able to get a Camion Crash effect from an orange pip and to your opponent. Okay, so there's that. Of course, you can only get this on the flip from these 2 characters, Off-Road and Motormaster. So, you know, Plain Chicken. It sounds like I'm saying plain chicken, but I'm trying to say playing chicken. I'm Southern, I can't help it. And there's another one that I created that is called Laser Lens. Laser Lens is, oh gosh, sorry, white and blue. The lighting's bad in here. I thought it was green, but it's blue. A white and blue pip utility with Focus 1, which is pretty standard. But again, it's a hybrid, so I got something else going on here other than just giving a Focus 1 to any character. It doesn't have to be Stunticons. But, and you can determine the hybrid on the flip. Once you get a good many of these hybrid pip colors in your deck, you're going to have to be calling them when you flip for attack or defense. That might be complicated, especially whoever you're playing against. They'll be like, well, what is it this time? You know, is that a green or a green or a blue or a black or an orange? And you know, and if you need to do it while you're flipping, and you're like white, orange, black. So now it's, you know, boy, I said that too loud. Sorry, guys. So you'd get the orange off this and the black one off this, not 3 black, 3 pierce in total, unless, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get. So Oil Slick is, like I said, nice aggressive on the flip either way, to give you either the pierce or the attack. But Laser Lens, as we were looking at, when this is scrapped from a Stunticon, you may play a utility from your hand. So that's why I have all these utilities here. And it can be from, I don't know. Let's see here. I mean, like this would really happen, but let's say this is my hand, by some crazy chance. And I want to put Spiffy little Gizmo on Laser Lens. Laser Lens does get scrapped. It's being scrapped from a Stunticon, so I can play another utility on another character. He's a breakdown as a specialist. I can draw a card, and and play this if I want to, which just happens to be another utility, Factionless, and put it on Motormaster. So let's look at Factionless real quick. Again, hybrid black and orange. It's a utility that gives bold 1. Of course, Brass Knuckles gives bold 2 and is not a hybrid. But after your opponent names the equipped character as their as your opponent names the equipped character as their defender, you may call a different faction to the equipped character. So especially if you're like this and Motormaster went first and they have something like a Soldier's Blaster, which happens to be an Autobot, they're attacking Motormaster because they have to, and they're like, he's an Autobot now. So they're gonna have to. This is what this is for, or any other upgrades that go in that direction. So if for the most part, it's nice for the bold 1 and +1 to defense on a utility, which you don't see very often, which I think is okay. It's offensive and defensive at the same time. I don't think this warrants a star. I'm not sure about that, but I think this is okay. I think it's okay. So it would help nullify the extra attack as given by something, say, like a Soldier's Blaster or anything to that effect. Or even... I was about to say... No, I was thinking of my Hot Rod's dual bow, but it's not against an opposing faction. It just sort of helps Hot Rod a little bit. So, you know, some of these new cards to consider. Like I said, we went over Playing Chicken already. But when Laser Lens gets scrapped from a Stunticon, you can play another utility from your hand. So make sure you have some, well, utilities in your hand to be able to do that. Of course, Maximal Probe is similar to Paralyzo Box. We've gone over this before. It's been a while. While Paralyzo Box is white and green with the ranged trait on it and is a weapon, this is a utility with the melee trait on the green. So when it's almost identical to the Paralyzo Box. So if you could have both of them on a character, on one character. If that happens, then you're going to have to go, okay, I'm going to call a color, but while Paralyzo Box, you call a color, your opponent has to reveal the top card of their deck, and if you get it right, they get +4 to attack, and it doesn't get scrapped. But then with Maximal Probe, when the upgraded character attacks, choose a battle icon color, reveal the top card of my deck. If it has the battle icon of the chosen color, the upgrade character gets bold 3 until end of battle. So with Paralyzo Box and Maximal Probe, you could get bold 3 and an attack of 4 with them together on a character. Of course, that's a lot of white and green pips to be able to do that. But it only takes one, because you can, with Paralyzo Box, you could get it. Well, we're looking at Stunticons here. You get it on the flip with only Dead End here. Maximal Probe, you can get it on the flip with Off-Road or Drag Strip. So, things to think about. I remember showing that on Facebook months ago, and people really liked it. Have we gone over Spiffy Little Gizmo? I'm pretty sure we have. The image is very dark. It printed out very dark. But it's from when Black Arachnia and Tarantulas were breaking into the force field of the Axelon and Beast Wars during the agenda, which was just made the show. That really brought everybody into the show, and then it got kind of silly after that. But another utility, hybrid white orange, so you can call it bold 1 +1 to defense, which is not too similar from for Factionless here also, except it's orange and black. This is orange and white. When you put this on a character without the specialist trait, scrap it enemy armor. So you know, put it on any of these guys, you can scrap an armor. You put it on Breakdown, doesn't happen. But you're going to be able to give Breakdown bold 1 and +1 in defense. But since he's a specialist, he's not going to be scrapping in your opponent's armor at all. But there are others, that's going to happen. So that's Spiffy Little Gizmo. Not much to it. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I'm going to have to check my front door in a minute. Ooh, maybe our coffee got here. So, you know, something neat. And then we have the TF Wiki, which is really neat. I showed this on Facebook, and somebody was like, oh my gosh, what have you done? And what I've done, and I've actually changed it since then. It was, so we got it. There's no star on here. It's black pip range, blue pip melee, and green. So you can get this on the flip anytime. Utility, when you put this on a, oh gosh, I'm in frame? Hope not. When you put this on a on a character in bot mode, so do have to be in bot mode. If your opponent has a secret action on the battlefield, they reveal the pip and flip it back over. So therefore, they're not really triggering the reveal of the secret action. They're only showing you the pip color, which is still going to basically let you know what secret action they have. If it has at least a blue pip, your melee characters get bold 2. Originally had bold 1. It gets bold 2 until end of turn. If it has at least an orange pip, your ranged characters get pierced 2 until end of turn. So that's TF Wiki. Being able to see their secret action. It's not getting spoiled. It's not getting untriggered. They get to flip it back over. Here. Okay, let's say my opponent has this one, and then I put this on dead end. He's in bot mode. They get to flip this over. Well, it's black and green. It's a hybrid. It can be one or the other, but neither one of them is blue or orange. So they flip this back over, and this doesn't get triggered. They still can use their secret action. I'm trying not to spoil the secret action. So I tried to word this in a way to where they reveal the pip color. And they don't want to bend it up either. They're just going to show you the card, just show you the pip color. And yeah, that is green. I'm sorry. The lighting's just really bad in here. So the TF Wiki doesn't work. Oops. Oh well. So, that fails for me. And, well, unfortunately, the TF Wiki gives me no attack and no defense. So dead end, we get to do his attack. Of course, we have good old Lockpick, which play this only to replace a utility on a character that has no empty utility slot. When you put this on a character, draw 2 cards. So, I have TF Wiki on dead end. Its usefulness is just, beyond whatever. It's not doing me any good. Well, I got Lockpick in my hand, so let's swap it out, and now I can draw, 2 cards. Okay, so there's that. So Lockpick is a nice draw card. You do have to replace a utility with it to be able to draw 2. I thought that was a neat way of doing that. And some of these may not be as great as others, but especially somebody had a kind of way of playing to where you can have your three double oranges, your three handheld blasters, your three improvised shields, and then like maybe one or two rares or something to that effect, and everything else one card each. You can't have triplets of anything else other than your standard three double oranges and three double blues. That's it. And your normal maybe 9-ish white pip cards. Everything else, no doubles, no triples, one each. And I've heard that some people have been trying that, and that they have some very fun games that way. I pulled out Kremzeet because I want to look at the Energon Discharge virus. The Energon Discharge virus is another hybrid. We get black and blue here. Utility +1 to attack, which isn't half bad. Put this on one of your tapped characters in bot mode. So let's say we're somewhere in the middle of the game. I'm working on getting all these guys to eventually, combine. I may not have my my Enigma yet or whatever. I have the Energon Discharge virus. Who, if one of these three guys may have. Okay, yeah, I was about to say they didn't KO him, did it? So whoever has the least amount of health, and they are tapped, we can do this. Who do I not want to have my opponent to attack? Okay, he's got 5. He's got 2. Motor Master has 4. So drag strip is, of course, I can still combine with characters in the KO or whatever. So, off-road would be my only one, and dead end would be my KO. I could put the Energon Discharge virus on drag strip. He now has stealth. So when you put this on a tapped character in bot mode, it has stealth until end of turn of your opponent's turn. Until the end of your opponent's turn. I read that wrong. So I thought that was a neat way of, helping out a character for like a one-time stealth on the defense. And they do have to be tapped. They do have to be tapped. So you're throwing it on them, and boom, they've got stealth until, your next turn. And that's a one-time thing. But in the meantime, while this is on a specialist, and it attacks for turn, do 2 damage to the equipped character, it has Pierce 4 for battle. Well, we couldn't do that on drag strip, but for breakdown, we could. Because he's the one specialist out of our Stunicons here. So if he attacks for turn, and he's got the damage, or he's not KO'd, so I could do 2 damage on him to give him Pierce 4. Okay? And if I'm, flipping for... So it's going to bump up his attack a little bit. And if we, flip for turn... Let's see here. Yeah, these are not all in the same sleeves. One... orange, white, pip, so that would give me whatever. He would not get this black pip, but add your stuff up. But I thought that was a neat way of doing that, and it would give him an attack of 4 and Pierce 4 because I damaged him by 2. All right. So there's that, the Energon Discharge virus. I kind of like that. It's a little different. I'm not sure if anyone's really come up with that or not. Oh gosh, almost 20 minutes. So we have the Plasma Bath here. The Plasma Bath is a black pip with the leader trait on it. Put on leaders only. After the equipped character defends, put a DCounter on this, for each black pip, your opponent flipped 4 battle. Okay. So, let's say Motor Master defends. He's the only one that can even wear this in this group. He's the only leader. Let's say I don't know. Let's say his let's see here. Yeah, your opponent is flipping for attack, so you know he's going to have a defense, but your opponent flips this white. I want the black, white pip, black. So I've got, and let's say it was a leader like an Optimus or something going into a Motor Master. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got Pierce 4. I'm getting into Motor Master. Technically, that would knock him out for that. But let's say he only has 2. 1, it's going to bring down his defense by 1. So he has no defense. And we do have a character's defense cannot be less than 0. Okay? So he has Pierce 4, whoever's attacking him, and we flipped 4 black pip cards. So yeah, we get to put the 4 on the Plasma Bath. So when Motor Master, let's have him go from 1 to 5. Let's say that was the total Pierce. And it's Motor Master's turn now. In hypothetical land here. Well, let's say he attacks next. Then he now has Pierce 4. Like that. Not counting a fusion bore or whatever he's going to flip. Of course, your Pierce cannot be greater than your total attack. And then when he attacks, this comes off. Okay? So the Plasma Bath comes off. But I was really trying to think of a Galvatron-ish kind of way to where you're absorbing black pips that your attacker has flipped and throwing it back at him as Pierce. That just seems to work. There is no max on this. But once you do attack with it, it comes off. It does get scrapped. And it does bring down defense by 1. That seemed very key. That seemed very key. And why did I pull out, where'd Kremzeekt go? Here we go. Because we got an Energon Discharge virus. What does Kremzeekt do? Before this battles, do 2 damage to an enemy character equipped with an upgrade with Energon in its title. We have a new upgrade with Energon in its title. Energon Lasso. I thought I had a few others in here too, but maybe not. Nice Blaster, Plasma Horns, Energon Slicer. Another downfall of the Energon Slicer. Put that on off-road or something. So if you do 2 damage to an enemy character equipped with an upgrade with Energon in its title. It doesn't say all, it says un-enemy. So you, the holder of Kremzeekt on your, let's say they're going after, Lieutenant Shockwave is on the opposing team, and he has this utility on him. Well then, you get to choose which one of the Energon, one of the characters with an Energon upgrade on them, and do 2 damage to him. It's like, well, this won't knock out Motor Master, but it sure will close as peas will. So let's put the 2 damage for the Energon Lasso on Motor Master, and let's attack him. I'm going to knock him out with Lieutenant Shockwave here. This is actually one of Buddy's creations, and this was really neat. But somebody that I think ATP did something with these images in recently in their Wave 6. But I've been printing a lot of my own stuff out. My wife will probably kill me for it, but a lot of neat stuff here. So, you know, ingenuity. If you have a chosen specialist on your team to attack, draw a card. If it's a utility, you can play it. You know, so, you know, draw a card. If it's a utility, you can play it. Boom. Let's get it on. I don't want to attack with the CR chamber on there. I mean, with Plasma Bath, let's put CR chamber on there. Because I just drew that through ingenuity. Let's swap it out. I don't want to bring... He's got 1 health left. I don't want to make his defense 0, so now it's a defense of 2. I may have, you know, lost the pierce advantage of Plasma Bath, but maybe I don't want him knocked out quite yet, or whatever. You know, all sorts of neat things. And the last one, let's go over. Oh, Red Rust Specialist. It's like an armed hovercraft, if you remember. Mobile Med Bay. But with Red Rust, you also have to do 1 damage to your character, and then you can do 1 damage to the enemy. That would knock Breakdown out. But, you know, just sort of going over stuff. Mobile Medbay. When you play a utility upgrade for turn on a character you control in bot mode, repair 3 to the upgraded character. So 1, they need to be in bot mode. So let's play Mobile Medbay, which is a blank pip card, just like Medic, you know, which I swear they stole from MASH. So it's like, okay, well, which means, okay, I'm playing that. Let's put this utility, swap that out for CR chamber, and now I can actually repair him by 3 and get him down to 4. And now he has a nice, I guess it's a base attack of 6. Okay. You know, trying to follow along with Medbay to make sure it is a blank pip card. It is an action, but you have to play a utility in order to do 3 repair, not just 2, which is what Medic does. Mobile Medbay is going to do 2 plus 1 for playing a utility. If you try to play this, you don't have a utility, it's a dead card, it doesn't work. You have to play this and a utility on a character that's damaged to repair them by 3. So I thought that was a neat way of doing this. I have had this image from Beast Wars for over 12 months. It's like, okay, I got to do something with this. And so this is the best way I could come up for the Mobile Med Bay. I've gone way over time. I just noticed my time. So I just want to say thanks for being here. Thanks for following. We've gone over a lot of cards in somewhat a short period of time. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with me. This all does seem to be working okay. If something seems like it may not, let me know. Say, well, what about this? What about that? That's why I wanted to go ahead over Maximal Probe and compare it with the Paralyzo box, because being Paralyzo box is a weapon, this is a utility. A lot of utilities here. Laser Lens, utility. You may play a utility from your hand when it's scrapped from a specialist. I mean, a Stunicon. That's why I pulled out the Stunicons. You know, just a lot of neat things that we're going over here. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. If you like this content, please subscribe if you haven't already. Throw some scraplets at that like button and have not just a great day, but a blessed day. And as always, Autobots Flip out and let's roll.